Back in 1918, there was a small village in the mountains of Romania called Vostok. It was a miserable place. Rain poured down every single day. The sky was always gray. People said the village was cursed, and honestly, looking at it, you'd believe them. A boy named Victor lived there with his mother, Elena, and his younger brother. They stayed in the massive old house that belonged to a woman everyone called the mistress. She was ancient, maybe 100 years old, lying in bed like a corpse that refused to die. Victor's mother took care of her, and in exchange, they got to live there. The house was falling apart. Rotting wood, broken windows, that kind of thing. But there was something else about it. Elena knew the house's secret, and she kept warning Victor about it. Stay away from the basement, she'd say. Don't ever go down there, and never say the name Hastur out loud. Victor was maybe 12 years old. Of course he wanted to know what was in the basement. What kid wouldn't? His mother told him bits and pieces of the story, trying to scare him into staying away. A long time ago, before people really understood the world, there were these ancient beings, gods, demons, whatever you want to call them. One of them was named Hastur. When the gods created grain to feed humanity, Hastur got greedy. He wanted it all for himself. He tried to hoard every bit of it so no one else could have any. The other gods were furious. They cursed him and locked him away underground, and they hid a massive treasure with him, gold that was supposed to belong to everyone. But because of Hastur's greed, no one could have it. He was trapped down there with it, sleeping in the dark for thousands of years. Elena said Hastur was still down there, right beneath their house in the old well in the basement. Victor didn't know if he believed her, but he was poor. His family had nothing. If there was even a chance that gold was down there, he had to see for himself. One night he snuck down to the basement. He found the well, just like his mother described. Stone steps leading down into complete darkness. He took a lamp and climbed down. The air got colder with every step. Water dripped from the walls, and then he reached the bottom. There was a chamber down there, like a small cave, and in the shadows a figure hunched over. Its skin looked wrong, like wet leather. It had arms and legs, but they were too long, bent at strange angles. And where its face should be, there was nothing. No eyes, just skin stretched tight over the skull. It was sleeping, or at least it wasn't moving, and all around it, scattered on the ground, were gold coins. Dozens of them, maybe hundreds. Victor stood there, barely breathing. Part of him wanted to run, but he couldn't take his eyes off that gold. Slowly, carefully, he reached down and picked up one coin, just one. The creature didn't move. Victor backed away, climbed the stairs as quietly as he could, and got out of there. When he came up, he looked at the coin in his hand. It was real, heavy, pure gold. His heart was racing. He'd actually done it, but his mother found out. She saw the coin and immediately knew what he'd done. She was angrier than he'd ever seen her. She said he'd doomed them all. That night, she packed up everything they owned, grabbed Victor and his brother, and they left. They just disappeared from Vostok in the middle of the night. They went to Bucharest, started over. Victor grew up. He got married to a woman named Sofia. They had a son. He tried to forget about Vostok and that thing in the basement, but he couldn't. The memory of all that gold kept eating at him. He started researching, reading old books about mythology and curses. He talked to people who knew about these ancient beings, and eventually he figured out how it worked, how to get the gold without getting killed. When he was about 30, he went back to Vostok. The village looked worse than ever. The mistress had finally died, and the house was completely abandoned now, but the well was still there. Victor had learned the trick. You make a dough figure, like a little person made of flour and water. You throw it down into the chamber. Hastur wakes up, smells it, thinks it's a human, and eats it. While he's busy with that, you have maybe 10 seconds to grab whatever gold you can and get out. But you can't be greedy. You take what you can carry quickly and you leave. If you stay even a second too long, trying to grab one more coin, Hastur will catch you. Victor started doing it. He'd go down into that well, throw the dough figure, grab a handful of coins and run. Every time his heart felt like it was going to explode, but it worked. He was getting rich. He bought a nice house, fancy clothes, whatever Sophia wanted, but it wasn't enough. He kept going back, once a month, then once a week. He couldn't stop himself. Sophia hated it. She could see what it was doing to him. He was becoming obsessed. His hands shook all the time. He had scars all over his arms from the times he'd almost been caught. She begged him to stop, but Victor wouldn't listen. Then one day, their son followed him. The boy was maybe 10 years old. He hid and watched his father go down into the well. He saw everything. The creature, the gold, the ritual. And Victor saw the look in his son's eyes. That same hunger, that same greed. He'd passed it on to the next generation. The curse was spreading. Time went on. It was 1947 now. Victor was in his 50s, still making trips down to that well. His body was breaking down. He moved slower. His reflexes weren't as sharp, but he couldn't stop. He kept thinking, just one more time, just a little more gold. On his last trip, maybe he was too slow. Maybe he got careless. He threw the dough figure, grabbed his coins, but then he saw one more, a big one just sitting there. He reached for it. That's when Haster's hand shot out and grabbed his wrist. Victor screamed. He tried to pull away, but the grip was like iron. The creature's face turned toward him, that blank, eyeless face, and Victor understood. He'd become exactly what Haster was, a man destroyed by his own greed. Haster pulled him close and tore him apart. His son found the body later, went down into the well and saw what was left of his father. It was horrible, but you know what the boy did? He bent down and picked up a gold coin from the ground. Even after seeing what happened to his father, he couldn't help himself. The curse would continue. It always would. As long as there was gold down there, someone would come looking for it, and Haster would be waiting.